Hello and good evening, and you're watching Parliament News right here on DD India. I'm Gautam Roy. Let's first tell you what happened in the Lok Sabha on Friday, where the government sought Parliament's nod for net additional spending of over 3.25 lakh crore rupees in the current fiscal, which includes over 1.09 lakh crore rupees towards fertilizer subsidy payout. Besides, approval of 80,348.25 crore rupees has been sought for meeting expenditure of the Food and Consumer Affairs Ministry, mainly towards giving free food grain to the poor. Approval has also been sought for expenditure of the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas towards payments of LPG subsidies to oil marketing companies and LPG connections to the poor under the Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana, among others totaling to 29,944 crore rupees. According to the first batch of supplementary demands for grants tabled in the Lok Sabha by Minister of State for Finance, Pankaj Chaudhary, approval is being sought for gross additional expenditure of about 4.36 lakh crore rupees. Of this, proposals involving net cash outgo aggregates to over 3.25 lakh crore rupees and gross additional expenditure matched by savings of ministries or departments or by enhanced receipts aggregates to over 1.10 lakh crore rupees. The additional expenditure also includes 13,669 crore rupees and 12,000 crore rupees for meeting spending requirements of Telecom and Railways ministries, besides about 10,000 crore rupees for transfer to GST Compensation Fund for funding compensation to states and union territories. Approval has been sought for 46,000 crore rupees additional expenditure by the Rural Development Ministry, which includes 4,920 crore rupees for Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme, that is MG Narega. Congress leader Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary on Friday criticized the government's November 2016 decision to demonetize high-value currency notes, claiming the move did not meet the desired goals as cash in circulation and fake currency have gone up. The comment made in the Lok Sabha was vehemently countered by the BJP's Nishikant Dubey, who said the Reserve Bank of India took the big step to eliminate corruption and terror financing, which were rampant under the Congress rule. Raising the issue during 0 hour in Lok Sabha, Chaudhary said cash in circulation increased from 18 lakh crore rupees in 2016 to 31 lakh crore rupees currently. Also, fake currency and deposits in Swiss banks have increased. That's what he claimed. To quote him, the health of the economy is in a bad shape because of demonetization. Chaudhary further said that demonetization was launched with the objective of bringing back black money and stopping fake currency and terrorism, but none of those objectives of demonetization have been fulfilled. Dubey countered Chaudhary, saying RBI decided to go ahead with demonetization to end the menace of terrorism, black money and fake currency. He also alleged that the Congress sided with the Tukre gang and those involved in corruption. On the 9th of November 2016, India demonetized the then prevailing high-value currency notes of 500 and 1,000 rupees denomination with an aim to check black money, fake currency and terror financing. The government on Friday said it has taken strong action against medical colleges not maintaining proper faculty and that action will be taken against similar delinquent institutions. Union Health Minister Mansukh Mandavia also told Lok Sabha that state governments are responsible for keeping faculty members in case of government-run medical institutions, and in case of private medical colleges, the responsibility lies with the respective management. Mandavia said that the central government keeps sending inspection teams to medical colleges, besides taking undertakings and affidavits to medical colleges for maintaining proper faculty. The minister said the government would not hesitate to take strong action against those medical colleges which are found to be involved in irregularities. Replying to a question about progress of the AIIMS Madurai, he said classes for students have already started, with work on the permanent building will begin soon after some delay due to changes in the proposed structure, leading to increase of budget from 12,000 crore rupees to 1,900 crore rupees. To quote him, the government of India is committed to serve the people of Tamil Nadu through AIIMS Madurai. No need to worry, we will complete the project. We will build a good AIIMS in Madurai. That's what the minister said. Passport services in the country have improved by 500% ever since the Modi government came to power in 2014. Union Minister of State for External Affairs V. Muralidharan said. The Ministry of External Affairs has been continuously working to speed up issuance of passports, the minister said in the Lok Sabha. He also said that as many as 32 million Indians or Indian origin people live abroad, and the Ministry of External Affairs has been rendering services to all of them. He said the MEA is working continuously to speed up passport issuance and meet high or seasonal demand for passports by taking various steps, including organizing special drives or melas on weekends. Since June, a total of 234 passport melas have been held and 500 more will be held in the coming days. That's what the minister said. All efforts are being made so that no one applying for a passport is denied one, he added. Responding to a question on whether the ministry discriminates against areas represented by opposition MPs while opening Passport Seva Kendras, Muralidharan said that the Modi government has been offering all help to states ruled by opposition parties or areas represented by opposition MPs. To quote him again, I myself have opened a Passport Seva Kendra in Kerala in a constituency represented by a Congress MP. Assuring that traditional sports like Malkhambh, Thangta, Yogasan, Gatka and Kalpeta will soon go international, Sports Minister Anurag Singh Thakur on Friday said that the ministry will open 1,000 Khelo India centres across the country by the 15th of August, that is Independence Day next year. Several MPs on Thursday urged the government to create sports infrastructure in rural areas and initiate measures to include rural youth in selections as the House resumed debate on sports and steps taken by the government in this regard. The discussion had started in Lok Sabha on the 31st of March during the budget session of Parliament. In his reply, Anurag Thakur said that the focus of the government is towards identifying talent from the rural areas and training them to become international athletes. Excuse me. The minister further said that there is a need to move beyond the sense of region, in fact, and state to embrace the spirit of Team India. He recalled Prime Minister Narendra Modi's statement that when a sportsperson wins, it gives Indians the space to celebrate the concept of Ek Bharat, Shresth Bharat. Thakur also stated that in 2014, the budget for his ministry was increased from 1,219 crore rupees to 3,062 crore rupees. To quote him, the expenditure has been less for just 1 year, 2020 to 21, when the country was battling COVID, and then in 2022-23, it again increased. Thakur also said that India's performance in para-athletics category has improved in the Olympics. To quote him again, I want to say whether it is Paralympics, Deaf Olympics or Summer Olympics, in all this, we have won most medals. 7 in Olympics, 19 in Paralympics and 16 in Deaf Olympics. Thakur also mentioned how through the Khel Mahakumbh in Gujarat, villagers were given an opportunity to play sports. He urged MPs to organize Khel Mahakumbh in their constituencies, which will also give them a chance to connect with the youth of the country. The minister also said that the ministry has an inventory of 16,000 indoor stadiums, open grounds and hockey stadiums across the country. Addressing a query on lab testing, Thakur said that the National Forensic Sciences University and the Youth Affairs Ministry have signed an agreement with nutritional supplement testing laboratories to provide athletes supplements that do not get them barred from international events. The minister also said that the government started the Fit India certification and Fit India Schools Week were organized. And now let's tell you what happened in the Rajya Sabha as well. Well, in the upper house, the proceedings of the Rajya Sabha on the third day of the winter session of Parliament began with the reference to Human Rights Day by Chairperson Jagdeep Dhankar. In his reference, the Chairperson said, as legislator, it is our duty to uphold democracy, freedom and justice for all. After laying of papers, the Chairperson said that he has received notices from K.C. Venugopal and Syed Nasir Hussain of the Congress for suspension of business to discuss an issue. He, however, said that he has not accepted the notices as they are not according to the requirement of rules. Jawahar Sircar of the All India Trinamool Congress sought to raise the issue of arrest of the national spokesperson of the party. Chairperson Jagdeep Dhankar appealed to members to raise the issues according to rules. To quote him, I would appeal to the members to follow the rules scrupulously, he said. During the 0 hour, Sushil Kumar Modi of the BJP called for the implementation of the recommendations of the Delimitation Commission to reserve 2 seats in the Jammu and Kashmir Assembly for Kashmiri Pandits. Muhammad Nadeemul Haq of the All India Trinamool Congress called for simplification of the process of heirs claiming their inheritance in banks. GVL Narasimha Rao called for developing Vizag as a major IT destination. Jayant Chaudhary of the RLD sought to raise the issue of the delay in compensation to victims of the Lakhimpur incident. To quote him, Banya has passed and no action has been taken in this regard. Raghav Chadha of the Aam Aadmi Party raised issue of difficulties faced by pilgrims wanting to visit Kartarpur Sahib, while Ashok Vajpayee of the BJP raised concerns on increasing fires in buildings. Fawzia Khan of the NCP raised concern on conditions of those facing life-threatening rare diseases and looking for a cure in various centres of excellence. Satish Chandra Dubey expressed concern on rampant incidents of loot and murder in Bihar. Some members raised uproar on the issue, which led the chairperson to appeal to members to observe decorum. V. Shivadasan of the CPIM raised concern on conditions of public libraries, while Neeraj Dagi of the Congress called for implementation of a scheme of MPs adopting villages. Amar Patnaik of the BJD expressed concern on rising incidents of cyber crime in the country, while Vijay Sai Reddy of the YSR Congress Party called for increasing reservations for backward classes from 27% to 50%. During question hour, Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal, replying to a question, said that the government is taking all steps to contain the trade deficit between India and China, including promoting Make in India in the country. He said that the trade deficit with China, which stood at just $1 billion in 2003, rose to $51 billion in 2013-14. He said that the government's Make in India initiative has spurred domestic manufacturing in the country. In reply to another question pertaining to the Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution, Piyush Goyal, who is also in charge of that ministry, said that India produces 23% of the total milk production of the world. He said that the government is taking all steps to keep milk prices in check. In reply to another question, he said that the government has eliminated hunger and starvation in the country. Referring to the release of the World Hunger Index, he said that it was a report brought out by a private NGO and it is not a reflection of the situation in the country. Chairperson Jagdeep Dhankar said that one needs to be circumspect about such reports. There was an uproar in the House when Piyush Goyal, replying to a question by Sanjay Singh of the Aam Aadmi Party, criticized the Ghar Ghar ration scheme of the AAP government in Delhi. Shubhendu Shekhar Roy of the All India Trinamool Congress raised a point of order objecting to the words of the minister. The chairperson said he will look into the concern raised by the member. In reply to another question, Piyush Goyal said that there is no question of food shortage in the country. To quote him, "We are calibrating our resources to ensure that our food stocks remain intact." That's what the minister said. In the post-lunch session, the chairperson took up private members' business. The chairperson called on Kishori Lal Meena of the BJP to introduce a private members' legislation to implement a uniform civil code. The introduction of the bill was opposed by several members of the opposition, Vaiko of MDMK, Tiruchi Siva of the DMK, V. Shivadasan of the CPM, John Brittas of the CPM, Abdul Wahab of the IUML and Ram Gopal Yadav of the Samajwadi Party said that the bill is not in consonance with the constitution and appealed to members to withdraw the bill. In fact, the member in question. The member sought a division on the introduction of the bill. The bill was allowed to be introduced after 63 members voted in favour of its introduction, while 23 voted against its introduction. After introduction of various bills, the House took up discussion on the right to health bill moved by Manoj Kumar Jha of the RJD. In his reply to a discussion on the bill, Professor Jha lamented the paltry remuneration for frontline workers in the country. He said that the bill provides for setting up of infrastructure in the country for ensuring right to health for all. After the reply, Professor Jha said that after assurance by the minister that the government is committed to setting up health infrastructure in the country, he is withdrawing the bill. Thereafter, V. Shivadasan of the CPM moved for consideration of Constitution Amendment Bill 2022, amendment of Article 153 and substitution of Article 155 and Article 156. Speaking on the bill, Shivadasan said that a thorough restructuring of centre-state relations is necessary in present times due to worsening of relations between the centre and the states. To quote him, "If genuine autonomy for states is there, states will achieve new glory." Alleging the use of Article 356 to dismiss state governments, he said that the demand for restricted use of Article 356 only in case of threat to India's sovereignty has been made many times in the House. He said that there is an urgent need to put in place safeguards in Article 356 to protect the sovereignty of state governments. He said that the silence of the Constitution on the discretion of the governor is often misused by them. The discussion on the bill remained inconclusive and will continue on the 23rd of December. Thereafter, the chairperson called for special mentions. After the special mentions, the chairperson adjourned the House till Monday. And that's all we have for the moment in this edition of Parliament News. For all the latest, keep watching DD India.